So in this screen, you should see a free download. Download my 12-month startup funding forecast. And I'm actually going to show you how to use it in just a second. But this will help you calculate your startup costs, build out a really basic 12-month projection. It'll help you calculate your profit and loss, but also some of your capital expenditures. And it'll really just help you total up everything that you're going to spend, at least what you know about now in the first 12 months. And that will help you build your basic cash flow projection and come up with a total dollar amount, your total capital required. And again, this will be really important for you as you start to think about raising capital, because if you go to raise $100,000, but if we sit down and go over this worksheet and we discover that you actually need $300,000 in your first year, then you've got a problem. If you have 100 and you need 300 to keep the business going. So let me just jump in and I'll show you how this looks. So as you see here, you're going to have a link in your email, and I've included it below as well. And in this email and in this link, it'll open up a Dropbox folder in your web browser. And from there, you can click the download button and you can download this worksheet here in Excel. And if you have Google Docs or Google Sheets, you can pop it in there also. But here in this startup cost guide is where you're going to plug in all of the numbers that you are just starting to think about, all of the potential costs that you are going to incur to get this business going. And if this worksheet has changed a little bit since we last uploaded it, sorry about that. It's still going to be very solid for you. But in here, start to type in your startup costs, incorporation costs, maybe they're $750, your state filing fees, attorney fees, insurance, website, if you need to buy a truck or a car, machines, tools, flowers we put in there, job supplies, office supplies. Just start to estimate how much money you're going to spend on these things. And what's even better is if you go and get actual quotations from insurance brokers, get actual quotations from the vendors. So you have a much more solid idea, and that you can speak with confidence to your lender or your investor that you've already done the research and you know how much this is going to cost. Now, these are primarily the startup costs. And then if you think that you'll need to make a recurring purchase every couple of months, then type those numbers in as well. And on the right side here, they're going to total up to a total year one cost. All right, so this is both purchases, equipment you'll need to pick up, and put the total amount of the trucks, of the vehicles, of the machines. And this number is going to be unique to you, so these are just some guidelines. But go ahead and plug all these in. And next, start to estimate out the average monthly recurring or known costs here. And I'm talking about your monthly insurance, website hosting, email, IT, any recurring monthly costs that you know you'll need to pay for to keep the business going. We're talking monthly rent. We're talking, professional fees. Maybe you have, I don't think we put rent in here, so office rent could be $2,000 a month. And you can see that they total up automatically across each month and then total up for the year. But if you go in here and you fill in all this information, then you're going to arrive at a total month or 12-month cash need that you'll need to raise for your first year in business. And assuming that this assumes you put in zero of your own money. I always recommend you do put in some money of your own. So let's say you put in $5,000. Here's going to be the monthly cash flow figure. And this also assumes no revenue. So again, this is like worst case scenario. Here are all of the pretty known expenses that we have. And that will total up to this figure here, which is the cash that you'll need to raise starting today to get through your first year in business. Now listen, I understand you're going to have revenues in here. You might have some more cash you come across that you can put in, but this is literally the minimum amount of cash that you're going to have to spend right here in your first year. So I always suggest you plan to have at least this much cash available to get you through some dark times. All right, so this is all available for free in the link below. So click that and let me know if you have any questions.